What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video I have to say that we have plenty of news and not all of them are positive for the MMTLP community and for our case. And probably you already know about it, but I will make a conclusion and I will give you my 2 cents regarding this situation. On top of that, I will show you an update from Richard Hoffman, and I have to say that probably in a matter of just 2 days we will see a major announcement from Next Bridge Hydrocarbon C-level executives, and most likely it will be a very positive news. On top of that, I will show you an update from Rosa Towell regarding her case, and I will show you another quite bad news from other member of MMTLP community and from Roger James Hamilton. So, and before we dive deep into all of this, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share this video with your friends and family, and drop me a line in the comment section if you think my videos are available for the community. So, and let's start with the news itself. We know that New York court denies request for blue sheets, and let me show you this news in details. Mark Basil wrote this: "Our client's petition for the production of blue sheets has been denied. We'll follow up soon." And he also added that he's disappointed and disagree, and this means most likely we'll see some kind of next step regarding this petition. And definitely Mark is a very experienced person. He knows what he's talking about, and definitely he knows the potential outcomes, positive and negatives. And definitely he knows what to do in any type of outcome. And in my opinion, we will see the next step in upcoming probably hours. At least we will see the announcement of this next step. And let me show you further. Due Diligence wrote a very good recap on judge's decision. And before I read this recap from Due Diligence, I want to pay attention on this one. The community awaits an announcement by Mark Basil and his law firm as to whether there will be an appeal in this case. But in our opinion, it is highly likely. And in my opinion, it is highly likely as well. So let's continue with the Due Diligence response, Due Diligence recap of this dismissal. So, the judge says the purpose of pre-action disclosure under CPLR paragraph 3102 is not to determine whether the facts supporting a cause of action exist. This basically means you can't use this process to see if you have a case to sue for. The judge emphasized that this process is designed to prevent the initiation of expensive and time-consuming procedures based on mere suspicion, which would intrude upon innocent parties. The judge noted that Mark stated that they were looking to bring claims forward that would seek damages related to stock spoofing, naked shorting, market manipulation and fraud. She says that Mark argues that pre-petition disclosure is necessary to identify prospective defendants and obtain transaction data to support their claims. She then stated that Mark's request for the blue sheets goes against the purpose of CPLR 3102. The judge noted that during oral argument, which by the way was not a formal oral argument proceeding, it was more of a conference, Mark and Gus admitted that the identity of the brokers would only be relevant to the alleged fraud claims, while the other causes of action they were considering required additional information beyond identifying potential defendants. In light of that, she says the court needs to consider whether Mark has a case for fraud that would hold water in court. The judge says that to establish the claim for fraud, Mark needs to allege a material misrepresentation, knowledge of its falsity, intent to induce reliance, justifiable reliance by the plaintiff, and damages. She says that Mark has not met this burden. She says that Mark's claims rely on conclusory, arriving to conclusions prematurely, and unsupported claims of financial harm that his client suffered as a result of what he called the illegal trading of MMTLP shares. The judge says that Mark failed to plead the elements of fraud claim and that this is fatal to the petition. She supported that by saying that courts have consistently denied pre-action disclosure when the petition is based on speculation and suspicion. The judge stated that it is her opinion that the allegations and arguments in the petition are speculative and conclusory. She said Mark believes that the unidentified brokers are somehow responsible for the drop in MMTLP's stock price. But she also said that this does not necessarily prove that any illegal activity took place. She considers the petition to be a fishing expedition and says she must deny it. I want to thank Mark for these efforts, and I want to remind everyone that this doesn't end here. Do not attack the judge. Do not attack the opposing counsel. I am going to tweet an opinion separately from this tweet, which is supposed to be informational in nature. And yes, we have this decision, and I have to say that it is not the end. We have at least several lawsuits that are still on the table, and we have the intention from Mark Bazil and from his law firm to move forward. And he stated in his tweet that he disagrees. This means he is preparing something to move forward. On top of that, let me show you a quite interesting detail that I found on John Xavi Twitter account. So she wrote, Richard Hoffman stated, I have been in communication with people who have provided me information. Within the next 2 days, end of day Monday, there will be some kind of material news with regards to next breach. After that, there may be further action that are taken. Next breach might take a different approach in the future than in the past. My sources are legitimate, credible, and with the same intent as the rest of us. Stay tuned, folks. And you might wonder, what is she talking about? And she's talking about Richard Hoffman's statement that he made during this live stream, and it was published just 8 hours ago. And you can find this statement at the very beginning, at roughly 10th or 11th minute of this video. And let me quote you due diligence again. And he wrote, so Richard says, within the next 2 days there will be some kind of material news with regards to next breach. My sources are legitimate, credible, and with the same intent as the rest of us. The same quotation. And he added, I have been saying for weeks that I have been in communication with Past Information 2 and strenuously urging people at Next Breach Hydrocarbons to make a statement. Clifton told me that Next Breach is aware of shareholder concerns, but he would not comment any further. Clifton also informed me, however, that Next Breach employs traditional methods to communicate with shareholders, and that statement would be made in the coming weeks. This means PRs. I've been saying this for weeks, folks. I wouldn't be able to say with any degree of certainty if it'll come by Monday, but I fully expect them to say something soon. I can say this with 100% certainty. Any statement that they do make has absolutely nothing to do with anything that anyone said or did today. And this means this statement that we will see, probably will see in a matter of just a couple of days, will be completely different than everybody expects. And I have to say that it should not be related to the petition, to the blue sheets, and to some kind of this information. Due diligence also added, I hope Richard's source is right, and I'm still of the belief that I was correct in what I said on my space a few weeks ago. Stay tuned. So, I have to say that it is quite good information for the community, and definitely it is not, our problem will not be solved in a matter of just next couple of days. Even if the petition was granted by judge, if the judge forced FINRA to release the blue sheets, definitely it should be another step for FINRA in order to make an appeal, in order to make some kind of conversations and next steps towards their defense. And in my opinion, we have to be very patient in terms of our case, and we have to move forward. On top of that, I want to pay your attention on the Rosa's Towel Twitter account. She wrote 10 hours ago, "Thank you all for being in my corner." And she reposted this tweet made by Due Diligence. He wrote, "MMTLP, I have been informed that due to a heavy workload, Rosa Towel has requested and been granted an extension to file her amended complaint. That deadline is now June 22nd. Best of luck to you, Rosa." And you know that recently she was attacked by some unknown hackers right at the deadline to file her amended complaint. And it was quite suspicious, and definitely it shows that we are on the right path. On top of that, this tweet that was made by Roger James Hamilton also shows that we are on the right path. So, in his tweet, he stated that he was targeted as a CEO of GNS, and I will pay more attention on this tweet in my upcoming video. And for now, I have to say that just be patient and subscribe to my channel if you want to know the latest updates regarding this saga. And if you like it, just hit the like button for YouTube algorithm. In this case, more and more people will be able to see this information, and eventually it will help us to attract more attention, and eventually it will help us to win this battle. So, see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life, I'm crazy, I'm mad. Do